we pause a bit on creating portfolio careers. I think that's really important to our audience, which is predominantly HR professionals. To start with, can you explain that superpower in a bit more detail, what it is and why it can help individuals navigate change better?
Creating your portfolio career. What is a portfolio career? Back up for a moment and think about, again, what I call our script. What is the narrative? What is the story that we're told about our professional development, our career development, and our professional identity, right? For most of us, myself included, I was taught study hard, get good grades, go to university, get a good job, do said job, retire. Kind of this linear career. Right here, I'm channeling Heather McGowan as well, right? It's linear.
Yep.
Now, today, every single one of those nodes is breaking, it's cracking for lots of different reasons, right? Both supply and demand side, if you will. So you've got companies who, with automation and other forces, we don't know what the jobs of the future are going to be. Companies don't know exactly what roles they're going to hire and so forth. That's very challenging for individuals to kind of, will I have a job? Will I have a meaningful career, etc.? But you also have a lot of talent saying, I don't want that. I look at my parents or older generations, that is not the life I aspire to. Most of those people are miserable. And I say this, not to I am generalizing, there are people who have had very, very meaningful careers, but there are a lot of young people saying the system is not what I want to opt into, but they're also looking around at a world in which there are so many new ways to work, to earn income, to create a livelihood. So they're saying that's just one option in this much broader menu, if you will. So back to this notion of a career path. We've been taught it's linear. We've been taught you climb the ladder up, and that's kind of how society defines success. And you look at this and you go, maybe. I'm not saying a career path is like completely dead. I'm saying it only applies to a fraction of people. And we need a holistic rethink and reshaping and reframing of what a meaningful, successful career looks like. And that is where a portfolio comes in. So the difference between a path and a portfolio. A path is a singular pursuit. It's a straight line and, full bore ahead.
Yeah.
A portfolio, what I love about this, and I've had lots of conversations about this, that you can think about it in a few different ways. Most people that I talk to like to think about a portfolio either as an investor would or as an artist would, right? So investors have portfolios of investments. Why do they have that? So that they can diversify and mitigate risk. An artist has a portfolio. Why do they have that? So that they can put all their best works in it, in one place. But those works can be quite different from one another.
Yeah.
Then you've got executives that have portfolios and, BCG's portfolio theory. You have office managers who have portfolios to keep things coordinated and organized, right? But this notion is that a portfolio is something that is uniquely yours. It has everything that you're capable of doing, far more than what's simply on your resume, that goes into it. And if you're good at curating it, which means finding the connections between the varied things that you do, understanding which skills are appropriate in which places. And to be clear, your portfolio can help you get a job, but your portfolio can also help you launch your own business. It can help you pivot. It can help you basically navigate this future of work that's full of uncertainty. But so really for me, it's this concept of how do we think about our careers? And obviously this is really important for talent, individuals, but organizations, and this is the piece I want to bring home for the audience as well, organizations need to figure out how do we help our talent create and curate their portfolios too. That will be key, because what you're helping an individual do is have agency and responsibility over their professional future. Because I'm going to be really candid, organizations are so focused on, we just want to keep our talent. We want to acquire and retain them. Those are very outdated words to use. You're speaking about owning your talent. You're speaking about possessing them, which is not something that most talent wants these days. But also, you have no idea what kind of disruption's happening to you. You know you're going to be letting people go down the road as well. How do you prepare that if you really care about your talent, you're going to help them succeed and thrive wherever they may be, not simply when you quote unquote own them in their time while they're at your organization. So I know I've just said a whole lot, but let me pause there.
No, I agree. You see that happening. It's funny because, a lot of people talking about the great resignation at the moment, and as you say, sometimes I think as an organization, we should celebrate great people moving on to develop their careers wherever they want to, whether it's another organization setting up their own company and everything else. And providing we provide opportunity for people to develop as people as well as professionals, then talent will tend to stick around a little bit longer. So
exactly. The irony is that if you help people develop their portfolios, yes, you will lose some people along the way because they're going to go and do what they're truly passionate about doing. That should be a win for you. But the irony is more talent is more likely to stay because they actually see that you have an interest in and want to invest in them as human beings, not simply them and their hard or technical skills, or again, just their resume and just as, again, generalizing, but just as a cog in a wheel kind of thing. So it's fascinating, but yeah, the great resignation, it's fascinating. This is one of those things too, where thinking about validation and acceleration of some of my ideas, the great resignation is really underscoring just how many people for whom this old way of thinking about work and career and professional development wasn't working. So for me, I'm sad to see so many organizations struggling, but I'd much rather have a wake-up call like this that allows us to do things better than to have people continuing to muddle along without taking action on how miserable they are.
In this series, we will be speaking to a range of senior leaders who are pushing a data-driven and digital HR agenda. Make sure that you subscribe via your podcast app of choice and also via our YouTube channel for free and regular interviews with the digital HR leaders of the future.